Hi, everybody. It's Thursday, July 9th. Can you believe it? Oh, my goodness. We started doing these leader livecast on April 2nd. Is that even possible that there's been a pandemic basic shutdown for all that time? I'm Kim Marshall. I am co-founder of Swell Public Relations and the host of the Global Wellness Summit podcast. And I'm so happy to be the host of these leader livecasts that we're now doing once a week. And today we have a wonderful guest, Jim Chenevey. Jim is a good friend of mine. We were on the board of the Greenspawn Network together. I see they joined. Hi, Greenspawn Network. And, we were a small band of wonderful, passionate people trying to hug the planet, remember green practices in business and with each other. So it was wonderful to serve with him there. And now you wait till you hear what Earthlite and his many brands are doing when it comes to helping hospitals and helping the medical community fight the pandemic. Now let's see if Jim has asked to join. Let us see. Let us see. Oh yeah, look there. I think. No, I don't see it. This is always the way. Earthlight massage. Earthlight. Earthing, I see. Well, let me tell you some of the things about Earthlight as we wait for Jim to join. Their tagline is healing humanity through touch. And I will tell you that when I think about all the things they do, they don't use any rainforest hardwood. They use farmed and renewable wood, oak mostly. They use water-based lacquer. Now, there's so many places that offer massage. Do you ever look down at the table and see where you're laying? I will tell you as I wait for Jim to reach out on his Instagram handle. I will tell you that I was working with Tahiti for 12 years, and my big dream was to go to this coral atoll, an hour flight from Bora Bora. Bora Bora is already way out there in the middle of nowhere. But then when you go to a coral atoll, I don't know, the most isolated landmass on the planet, you get a massage in an overwater bungalow with a thatched roof. And I was laying there getting rubbed down with coconut oil, and I looked down at the table, and it was a Living Earth Crafts table. How is that possible? So let me see if Jim has. Wait, Earthlight. I think that's you. I hope that's you. Yeah. We'll see. Connecting.
Hi,
Yeah.
Kim.
It's always a surprise when everything connects, I'm always so thrilled.
Uh, this is my first Instagram live, so I hope you'll tolerate my technical difficulties.
You're an IG Live virgin. How about that? Well,
Yes.
listen, I remember I was so nervous when I first started this. I would show my husband's desk in the wrong view. So many things went wrong, but I saw Maria Shriver and Katie Couric, and they both messed up. So I felt so much better because they did all the time. Peg Borgman is saying, great to see you, Kimmy and Jimmy.
Oh,
So we love everybody listening. Now, we have 5 questions about coping during COVID. But
right.
before we do that, Jim, help us all, because I was bragging about Earthlight. Why in the world do you have so many brands? You have 6 brands under Earthlight. Tell me what they are.
Yes, there's Earthlight, Living Earth Crafts, Tara Spa Therapy,
Oh, we know Tara.
Continuum, Strong Light, and there's Earthlight Medical.
So tell me what's the difference, just because I couldn't understand it in my head. What's the difference between Living Earth Crafts and Earthlight? What's the difference?
Well, originally, Earthlight was founded by Tomas Nani, a massage therapist, and focus was very heavily on individual massage therapists and making the best portable massage tables in the world.
Yeah.
And Living Earth Crafts, or LEC, made the original spa treatment tables.
Oh.
Up in Calistoga and up in that area in Northern California, and that was in 1973. So both of those companies have a long history with reputations and that. And so when we merged those companies about 20 years ago, we didn't want to merge the brands because they both had different followings and different specialties. So if you crafts, they're more of the spa side of our business, and Earthlite is massage therapists and day spas and that.
Even medical, yeah. And I see that you even have a home division. You have massage, spa, medical, chiropractor, PT, and even home wellness. So that's a growing sector right now, isn't it? Home wellness. Crazy. Okay. Well, we know that our friend Tara Spa Therapy works with you guys now. So you have gorgeous Ayurvedic and other kinds of pure products to sell, massage oils, that sort of thing, aromatherapy. Tell me first, before we get to the COVID questions, why the heck did you decide to go green? Where did that come from?
Well, I mean, I'll be really honest. Tomas Nani, who was the founder of the company in 1987 and Living Earthcrafts in 1973, you can tell these are two California companies, right? And from the very beginning, they were about communing with nature and having respect for the planet and being very conscious about the carbon footprint. Long before Jim Chenevey ever drank Kool-Aid and started hugging trees. So I can't claim that that is something that, started with me. The company's been walking the talk for a long, long time. And we're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it is really part of the corporate DNA.
Yeah, and let me tell you, you keep it going because sometimes that can just be a priority that gets sunk to the bottom. But I've been with you in these green meetings and you're really serious about it. And I've even been in meetings where you're like, oh, wait, we could have our employees stand instead of sitting all day. Okay, we're going to see how to do that so they can be healthier while they work.
You can see how high my desk is right now.
How high is it?
I'm not standing, but I am at the high desk. You can see, here's my emotional support dog with me. And
I have two.
So you get a little view of my office. I'm shut in here, so I don't have to wear my mask. But as soon as I leave the office, I've got to mask up.
Well, we appreciate that, Jim. Okay, first question. As the world slowly emerges from the pandemic, we know the answer to this, but I think people need to hear, how has your business been transformed?
Well, I wish I could say it's transformed in the past tense, but it's continually evolving. First off, we're an essential business because we serve a lot of the medical community.
Yep.
And, in my view, I believe all of our spa and massage and allied health partners are all essential businesses. I think it's critical to the way we live in the world. But the transformation, first off, is really trying to figure out how to continue to do business and communicate virtually as we're doing right now.
Right.
And I never thought I would know as much as I do now about Microsoft Teams, Zoom, GoToMeeting, WeChat, you name it, we're doing
IG
it.
Live. Yeah.
And we're seeing the power of, the visual of seeing face to face. It's not the same as being in the same room with people, but it really helps.
Yeah, it really does.
The big ones. And now it's not that we're doing a lot of marketing these days, but we're not doing any more face-to-face marketing. People aren't going out on business trips. They're not traveling. We're not having a lot of vendors come into our factory. So we're learning to do all this virtually, and there's new ways and new channels. And so that's a big one. And then as far as our product lines are going, certainly hotels, if they're not opening up and they're not operating, they're not buying new spa tables.
Right.
But we are seeing a shift. There's a lot more of massage therapists who, were working at the spa, or maybe they were doing the majority of their time at the spa. They're now, innovating now in how they keep their own business going and keep food on the table. And they are now buying a lot of massage tables and supplies and protective equipment. And we're seeing a real boom in that side of our business. And then also, wellness is now clearly people are trying to figure out how to take care of themselves without being able to go to a spa or to a gym. And there's a whole emerging market for wellness at home that we are looking to expand it.
Well, this is the Global Wellness Summit Leader Livecast, and in all those calls they do, the one that shows the most light to me from what I've seen is the wellness real estate. There's such a boom, and that means their homes have to be equipped with wellness. Um, I seriously love massage. I always say that I'm a massage slut, but when we hadn't been able to get them for months, my body, it was like, oh, I don't know if I go on. So then they just opened um, a massage place I always go to, and I was so nervous. They were nervous. They were so clean. I wore a mask. The therapist wore a mask, and I felt completely safe, except when I turned around and she was looking at me and I was looking at her with both masks. I thought, is this enough? And then tell us how your innovative team came up with a solution for that. This I want to order, the shield.
Well, I mean, I think we started to see plexiglass show up everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you go to all of a sudden we go to the food store and there's plexiglass. So we were thinking about it and saying, how can we do something that is cost effective, that works for people, is easy, you can put it away. You know, we wanted individual massage therapists to be able to afford it just like a five-star spa. And so, you know, we had this little idea, and, you know, we were thinking about it from aesthetics, but we said, hey, maybe that works for massage. And what was interesting is we did a preview of the product, and then you always get some of your friends. So, you know, Kenneth Ryan from Marriott sent me a text the night we did a iSpa broadcast and said, hey, you know, make sure you can do this for massage too. And so we had people like Kenneth, and you know, he's so creative, and so are a lot of the people in the industry, you know, call and they're giving their suggestions and telling us what they need. And you know, that's the genesis of the COVID-19 products. Yeah.
Can you see right here, everybody? This is a shield that goes right over where the massage therapist or the facialist would bend down and look at you. I mean, I am telling you, it's so amazing. I circled it because I want one. And I should have put it into the, into the Instagram phone thing. But anyway, okay, so
Like your house, Kim?
that's my house. Is that what you're saying? I want one
Do
in my
you
house.
have a massage table at your house?
No, but I can change. I can get one.
You're going to need one at your house.
I'm not kidding. Now, let's talk about some of the other products in your innovation. What can we learn from your team just going, hey, what can we do? I have a list here. We talked about the treatment shield. What other things have you guys developed since COVID?
Well, we've come out, obviously, we've come out with a very clean hand sanitizer that we're making available to our clients. We're doing private label of that. And then Tara is working on some very discrete additives and things to add signature scents and things to certain properties and groups. We have a little silicone cover for the face cradle. So the face cradle and the face cradle cushion is a big area of focus of trying to get it clean. And we personally have done a lot of stylized stitching of our high-end cushions, baseball stitching that goes around. And, you know, we've done things with sewing that have been stylistic. But now in the world of COVID, you know, you really want to minimize that kind of stitching, because those are places that you have to be a little focused on, you know, cleaning and sanitizing. So we have a silicone cover that we've developed, because that was all those little lids that are around that we use on our storage pots, and that you put in the fridge, the silicone that's very stretchy. We should have these for the crescent cushions, right? People can pop those right on. You could put them in the dishwasher, take them off.
Oh, great.
And so we have come out with a version of that have just, we're back ordered like crazy on them, but we've got a bunch of them coming in from our supplier. But that's a really good one. And then covers to help, you know, people are going to go really intensively now with sanitizing everything that doesn't move, right? And so we need to make sure that the fabrics and the coverings are as durable as possible for that sort of sanitizing. And so we've created some covers for people with very minimal stitching that you can put over your tables.
Also, they're disposable and washable, right, Jim? A lot of your covers.
Yeah, no, I think the thing is, I don't like disposable. There, let me start with that. For us, being one of the board members of the Green Spot Network Emeritus, and all the work that you and I have done, having stuff thrown in the trash isn't what we really want. We want something that's reusable, like silicone or like a table covering that you don't even have to take it off, right? You can spray it down, wipe it down, reuse it, and it protects your table. It doesn't do any damage to your fabric over time, and it's replaceable if you need it. So anyway, that's the direction we've tried to head whenever possible.
And now the rock star of all this innovation, I'm telling you, Jim, it's such a story. I'm holding it up. It's the bolster and headrest for the prone position.
Oh,
Tell us how that came about. It was a pregnancy pillow?
oh my gosh. So, we've had this bolster for a long, long time, for pregnancy, for women to do face down massage during pregnancy. Because as I understand it,
You have four
as
kids.
I've been told that, having a face down massage is the luxury that women who are in their pregnancy just, oh my gosh, it's life changing for them. And so we developed this bolster a long time ago. We licensed a patent from a woman, that's long since expired, for this face down bolster. And we sell a few every year, not a few, we sell a decent number every single year. But when we were trying to call around to hospitals and saying, look, do you need, exam beds and portables that we can convert into, treatment beds, and we were making a bunch of these. One of the doctors, Dr. Levitin, who was working in an ER room at Bellevue Hospital in New York. And I'm a New Yorker. Bellevue Hospital is the big public hospital in New York. They were being overrun with COVID patients. And we got on the phone with him, to one of our sales leaders, talking about, hey, what does Bellevue need? How can we help you? And he said, we're doing this work in proning where we put the patient's face down and we put, air tubes, oxygen tubes in here. And he was saying, your pregnancy cushion looks like it could fit the bill, right?
Wow.
There's a patient here. Send us a couple. So we sent them a couple of bolsters to check, and he said, oh my God, this works. And we've started, he was trying to innovate real time with patients, because what the mortality rate is when they put the intubation, when they do full intubation. And what they found was, by putting patients face down, they can improve the oxygenation levels dramatically. And this cushion was wonderful because they could get a CPAP mask in underneath the crescent cushion. It helped people up. And then the final thing was pregnant or overweight. And what he was saying is 50% of the people that were in the ER rooms and coming in were, overweight or obese. And they're the people having complications. And so you want to have people face down, as I understand it, 18 hours a day. They want you prone 18 hours a day. Because I guess we're animals, Kim. We were actually originally designed to run on all fours.
Yeah.
And our lungs operate better face down when we're on all fours, because I guess your heart and some other things get squished when you lay face up. That's not how we're designed. And so this cushion really worked. And so Dr. Levitin got a lot of press about the things that he was doing. He formed a nonprofit, and we have to date, I believe it's over $70,000 worth of these bolsters that we've sent away for free. We haven't really made any money yet at all on this program, because the urgency was so great that literally this was saving lives, and it still is. And so we started with, there's all this red tape for the hospitals to order through their purchase. They have to cut those, and they got all this stuff. And so he set up a nonprofit so that we could get these to hospitals, to their ICU clinics and their ERs directly. And so we said, we're not going to worry about the money right now. We're just going to do it. And so we set up this program with him of shipping these around the country. And we've had hundreds go out. Now people are starting to order them in bulk because they get it, they work. We've innovated now. We've redesigned it to be more compact, cheaper to ship, and easier to clean than the original pregnancy bolster. And so it's a great success story from us, because mostly because our people were all really scared and depressed. You know, a lot of people were depressed over this COVID crisis, and this gave us a rally cry for how our company could help. Like,
Yeah.
what can we do in the COVID crisis to help? And here was this angel, Dr. Levitin, that came in and said, hey, we can use your pregnancy bolster, and, you know, mentioned us in the New York Times. He went on Anderson Cooper. He was on the Today Show.
Good.
And it's this amazing thing. And proning patients and rotating is one of the real innovations that's happening, and it's a low-tech innovation.
Yep.
And they're starting to push this back now into the homes and saying, hey, people, if you get sick, even if you have the flu, that you doing face down proning is a great way of improving your oxygenation and accelerating your recovery. So
I'm telling you, Jim, it is so crazy because, you know, I'm healthy, you're healthy. We try to live a healthy lifestyle. We're in the wellness industry. But you think, should I figure out which is the best hospital? What should I be going through some practice? What should I just be hiding my head in the sand? That'll never happen to me. So to have your employees actually involved, but before they're involved in it, Jim, you had to set up a system where your field person could come to you and get your attention. What is that about? He had to say, hey, Jim, I found this opportunity.
Well, we have an amazing group of people. You know, Earthlite's been trying to attract people that, you know, our belief is that it's more than just earning a living, right? You want to believe in what the company does. You want to think the company has a greater purpose. And sometimes you lose that in the profit motive. And then every once in a while, there's these opportunities come up where as a company, you can all join together and demonstrate what our core values are. And it fills everybody up, even during difficult times. And, you know, the person who came to me, Melissa Mazzola, with this, you know, at the time she was working on half salary and working 1 million hours a week. And, you know, but for us, it was just a game changer for that. And yeah, we're a pretty flat organization. You know, Melissa sits about 100 feet from us. We're not that big a company. But yes, I mean, we have always tried to listen to the marketplace and always encourage people to call us. I tell people we try to say yes to our customers when they come to us with ideas, because a lot of our innovation, it comes from your customers, right? It doesn't come from a black box.
From listening. Yep. Yeah. If you don't ask, you never know. Well, it's so heartwarming. I tell you, it really touches me. But through all of this, we're trying to help each other. And you've been such a big inspiration, Jim. But through this shutdown, what's been your toughest day as a leader and your best day? What would you say?
Well, the toughest day was, I believe it was on March 27th. It's either the 23rd, it was a Thursday, and Governor Newsom in California announced the shutdown.
Yeah.
And we had to furlough more than half of our employees. And I have always prided myself that our company's never really done any mass layoffs. And we try to be lean and not overstaff, so we don't have to do that, but we had no choice. The great news is I think we're down to like 10 people that are still on furlough at this point. So, you know, we have like almost 300 employees. So pretty much everybody's back, although not everybody's working full time. So that was got to be the worst day. That was a horrible day. And I came into the office and, you know, had to let some people know because it was so quick that some people didn't even get the memo, right? So they're up to work, and we had to explain what was going on. The best day, I believe, has to be when the New York Times article came out, when Dr. Levitin, and there was a picture, there's an ER picture. And if I was really good technically, I'd flash up a picture.
I know it's hard. It's so hard.
Prone to Health and to us for the bolsters. But yeah, that had to have been my best day during this.
Well, I'm in PR, and getting in the New York Times is like, you know, the holy grail. But guess what? It's because it was true and real. And people are longing for hope, and they're longing for something positive in spite of all the negative that we hear. So speaking of which, during this time, I know I think you went to Harvard. Did I understand that right? But
yeah.
you're not you're not an anal leader. You know, you're not one do do do. You're completely free and joyful. So through this, how have you found joy? What podcast book? What has given you hope?
Oh, I was thinking about it, and we've been talking about the roller coaster, right? And kind of looking out on the horizon and imagining the future and the possibilities through all this. But there's two pieces during the COVID crisis that I felt were very powerful for me. One is that I had to actually dig it out, which is Brene Brown, The Power of Vulnerability. And I was feeling so much emotion during this time. I figured out that people wanted to share exactly how they were feeling, didn't want to necessarily put on the good face. And, by allowing that vulnerability and showing it, I feel like that helped us get in touch with our emotions and what
Yeah.
we're to address the elephant in the room, which was how this was affecting all of us and our families. Because, we have a lot of women in our company, and suddenly they were trying to do their job. Some of them were taking pay cuts. They were working virtually. Their kids were at home. Everybody was depressed. You're not getting your massage. You're not hugging and going
Hugging.
out and seeing your
Yeah.
friends and all that. So Brene Brown's Power of Vulnerability was very impactful for me a couple years ago at the iSpot conference. And I think she's just an amazingly insightful person. The other one is a woman named Suzette Hudnut. And you're not going to know Suzette.
Mm-mm.
Suzette and her partner and another partner ran a couple and family massage institute in Long Beach. And about 10 years, maybe even 15 years ago, Tomas and I helped them get their first book out on home and family massage. And we really believed, and I still believe, in the power of human touch within your family and within a community, and how it can be transformational. And we helped them get this home massage book to market, and we did a DVD, and we put them in a lot of our home massage tables. So you can find it out there. These were three incredible people that I would never have met if I did not join the massage industry as I have. And this amazing woman has had incredible health challenges,
Oh.
stage 4 cancer, many surgeries. She's this incredible artist. Her heart and Chuck's heart, and they're just so big, it's hard to even describe. Her positivity and outlook on life is so inspirational. And it reminds me every single day of the gratitude I need to have for all the blessings in my life, which includes being friends with you, being part of the Global Wellness Summit, being part of Earthlite and having this great team here, and being able to be creative and productive, which even during this COVID time, we've been blessed. And
Yes.
those two women are very inspiring to me.
Well, I will tell you, Jim, that home massage thing, here we are with each other. I used to live in Hawaii. I talked about Tahiti earlier, but Hawaii, they have that lomi lomi, but it really was, the kids would rub their parents' feet or shoulders or legs, and then they do it to each other. And I even knew the Auntie Margaret woman who, invented that kind of massage. But when you think how, like, there's no fighting in a hot tub, how can people be mad at you if you're rubbing their feet or rubbing their legs, right? So,
Oh, and I brought the home massage book home and learned how to do massage through Suzette and Chuck. And I brought up a massage table home a long time ago, and I was initially doing all the massages, and it was this amazing transformation that I was promised in terms of communicating with our kids. And my wife used my regular massages from my wife, and it's like truth serum. She puts them down in that face cradle. She can ask them any question in the world, and she's getting honest answers. And it's really been an amazing, I highly recommend it. It's called Home Massage, Chuck Fata and Suzette Hudnut. It's their book. You can buy it on Amazon. Still, I think we're
truth
carrying,
serum.
we have thousands of them in our factory warehouse somewhere for her. But it's
Truth serum for
transformational.
your
Have
teenagers.
you got to do it.
Well,
And
I
I know all
totally.
the massages know that.
We had a little bit of interference, but True Serum for your teenagers, massage them at home. This is really good. Now, Jim, I have a great memory of you when I was in Morocco at the 2014, I think it was, Global Wellness Summit, and we all were riding camels together. What? Before some big Casbah tent dinner. What are we doing? Who knows? So we have those memories to think about. We've just made another memory, Jim. And we won't talk about all the other ones at Greaseball Network and Elevation and things because we were joyful people, all of us, even hundreds strong, right? We really
Yeah,
knew how to do it, didn't we?
yeah, good.
So thank you for your time. Keep up the good work. Thanks for being a beacon for us, Mr.
Thanks.
Chenevey.
Yeah. Keep it
Okay. See you soon.